Kadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem Malachei Hasharim, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech Malachei HaMelachim, Kadosh Baruch Hu. Malachei Elyon, Mimelech Malachei HaMelachim, Kadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem Malachei Hasharim, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech Malachei HaMelachim, Kadosh Baruch Hu.
Did we figure out what the Israelis grounded today?
They were just saying military installations in West Iran, but then they were just targeting other.
Adon Olam, Asher Malach, B'Terem Kol, Yetzir Nivra, Lev Nasa, B'Chefso Kol, Azai Melech, Shemo Nikra, Ve'acharei, Kiklo et HaKol, Livado Yimloch Nora, Ve'hu Hayah, Adon Olam, Asher Malach, B'Terem Kol, Yetzir Nivra, Lev Nasa. stretch your soul spark to the mountain. Darling, don't stop. Love, taste my love. Hugs above, love of Jah. Hey dear, stretch your soul spark to the heaven. Darling, don't stop. Love, feel my love. Hugs above, Jah will guide you. Hear my love. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey. Lift my spirit, oh angelic rain. Every drop of water cleanse my name. From the rivers, oh we hear your praise. Angelic rains, colorful praise. Angelic rains, you fill our days. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey. Hey ya, hey. Hey ya, hey. Hey ya, hey. Oh yes, Jah will feel your rays. A soul spark will never fade. We have to remember we can't have it all. Oh yes, Jah will feel your rays. A soul spark will never fade. We have to remember we are in control. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya. We are in control. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya. We are in control. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya. We are in control. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya. We are in control.
Holy sister, holy daughter, where you are, we find the one.
Shabbat Shalom. That wasn't so enthusiastic. I know you're missing the Dodger game because you're here. Probably the people who are here don't really care that they're missing the Dodger game, but hey, that's all right. So let's try that again. Shabbat Shalom. That felt much better. Thank you so much. We are going to begin on page 24 with Shalom Aleichem. And then after that, I'll offer a few more words of welcome. So page 24, Shalom Aleichem.
I don't believe anyone turned on the air.
I'll check it.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. So we will begin this evening with Shalom Aleichem, page 24. A little bit of a local version, I guess, although it comes from the musical genius of Leonard Cohen. I believe he said he adapted the melody from something he heard. It goes like this. Da 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 da, da 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 da, da 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 Shalom Alechem, Malachei Asharet, Malchei, Malchei, Malchei Elyon, Mimelech, Mimelech, Malchei Amlachim, HaKadosh, Baruch Hu, HaKadosh, Baruch Hu. Boachem Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malchei, Malchei, Malchei Elyon, Bimelech, Bimelech, Malchei Amlachim, HaKadosh, Baruch Hu, HaKadosh, Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu Nilet Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malchei, Malchei, Malchei Elyon, Bimelech, Bimelech, Malchei Amlachim, HaKadosh, Baruch Hu, HaKadosh, Baruch Hu. Remember the Yadadais? Yadadai-dai-dai, Yadai-dai-dai-dai-dai. Last paragraph. Seidchem Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malchei, Malchei, Malchei Elyon, Mimelech, Mimelech, Malchei Amlachim, HaKadosh, Baruch Hu, HaKadosh, Baruch Hu. One last time. Da-da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da-da,
We're going to turn back to page 2 and 3 in our Siddur. I'd like to invite our bat mitzvah for the Shabbat, Lily Avner, and her father to come help us to kindle our Shabbat lights, or to bless them, they're kindled, and to please rise in the congregation if you can.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu v'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlikneh shel Shabbat.
You may be seated. We turn to pages 20 and 21. Before we enter into Lachadodi, as it is our custom, we take a few moments for a review of the week, go back to last Shabbat, pause momentarily on each day, its challenges and its blessings. Then we'll come back together and welcome Shabbat. Hazarat HaShavua, review of the week. Take a deep breath. Shabbat renews our souls. We join in Lecha Dodi. We'll sing together verses 1, 2, 5, and 9. 1, 2, 5, and 9. When we get to verse 9, I'll invite everybody who can comfortably do so to rise and face the doors from which we entered to welcome the Shabbat presence and the Nishama Yetera, the extra soulfulness that travels with us during Shabbat, into the congregation and into our hearts. And for those of you joining us from home, to turn towards the doorways of your homes to bring in Shabbat. Lecha Dodi, pages 20 and 21.
Lecha Dodi likrat kalai alalai 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 B'nei Shabbat Mekapela Lecha Dodi likrat kalai alalai 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 B'nei Shabbat Mekapela Shamor v'zachor v'dibor echad Ishmiyanu Adonai echad, V'shmo echad, V'shem u'tiferet, V'letfilah. Lecha Dodi likrat kalai, alalai, 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 B'nei Shabbat, Mekapela. Lecha Dodi likrat kalai, alalai, 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 B'nei Shabbat, Mekapela.
Face the doors from which we entered.
Boi v'shalom, ateret bala, gam v'simcha u'v'tzola, toch emunei al segula, boi chala, boi chala. Lecha Dodi likrat kalai, alalai, 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 B'nei Shabbat,
We continue on page 26 with Chatzi Kaddish. And Lily will lead us. Listen to the end for his key.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה ברמת יברך יעוצי וימליך מלכותי בחייכון וביום אחד וחייתכו בית ישראל בגלה בגלה ובזמן קריב ויאמרו אמן יהי שמי רבה מברך לעולם ולעמי עמיה יתברך יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתהלל ויתהלל שמי דקודשה בריחו לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה זעמירן בעלמה ויאמרו אמן.
We continue with Baruch Hu, our call to prayer, page 28.
ברכו את אדוני המבורך. Baruch Adonai המבורך לעולם ועד. Praise Adonai, to whom praise is due forever. Praise be Adonai, to whom praise is due now and forever.
Lai la lai, lai la lai, lai 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 lai, lai la lai, lai la lai, lai la lai 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 lai, lai lai la lai 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 lai, lai lai la lai lai, lai la la lai, lai la la lai 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 lai, lai la la lai. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Lai lai lai, lai lai lai, lai 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 lai. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. Lai 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 lai.
Last three lines in the Hebrew on page 30, El Chai V'Kayam.
El Chai V'Kayam, Kaminu V'Chaleinu L'Olam Va'ed, Baruch Atah Adonai, Amariv, Aravim.
We continue on pages 34 and 35 with Shema Yisrael.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Hear, O Israel, Adonai is our God, Adonai is one. Blessed is God's glorious majesty forever and ever.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto le'olam va'ed. Baruch Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad.
We continue on page 36, Ve'ahavta. 1, 2, 3.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך. ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם, בשבתך, בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ושוכבך, ובקומך. וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך. וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתיכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Back to your seat up here. We continue with Micha Mocha, our Song of Freedom, page 40.
Chamocha vaylim Adonai mi chamocha nedar b'kodesh nora tehilot osei fele nora tehilot osei fele Sefala Malchutecha Ra'u Vanecha Bokei Ayam Livnei Moshe uMiriam Zeze Eli Anu Yameru Adonai Yimloch Le'olam va'ed, le'olam va'ed, mi chamocha vaylim Adonai, mi chamocha nedar b'kodesh, nora tehilot, osei fele. Nora tehilot, osei fele, osei fele. Last paragraph on 40. Ki v'Adonai et Yaakov, ugalo miyad chazak mimenu, baruch atah Adonai, gal Yisrael.
Amen. Turn to page 42, Hashkivenu. We ask for a Shabbat Shalom to be sheltered over us, and well, I think always, and I always say that when we ask God for things in our theology, in my theology, I always kind of add the words "through us," right? So we ask that the Holy One, through us, right, help to bring peace into this world, help to bring a sense of possibility, a sense of wholeness into our world. And we join in those words of Hashkivenu, page 42.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu L'Shalom Amidenu Shomreinu L'Chaim Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu L'Shalom Amidenu Shomreinu L'Chaim Ufros Aleinu Sukkot Shlomecha Ushmor Tzedenu Uvoenu Ufros Aleinu Sukkot Shlomecha Ushmor Tzedenu Uvoenu Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu L'Shalom Amidenu Shomreinu L'Chaim Baruch atah Adonai Haporei Sukkot Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael ve'al Yerushalayim
We give thanks for Shabbat, for the ability, the opportunity it gives us to pause, to breathe, to connect to our deepest selves, to community, to the Holy One. Join in singing Vishamru, page 44.
Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat lasot et ha-Shabbat l'dorot ha'merit olam. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat lasot et ha-Shabbat l'dorot ha'merit olam. Beini ubein b'nei Yisrael Oti leolam, oti leolam, oti leolam. Veshamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat lasot et ha-Shabbat l'dorot ha'merit olam. Ki sheshet yamim Asa Adonai et hashamayim ve'et ha'aretz ve'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat lasot et ha-Shabbat l'dorot ha'merit olam. Ve'yom hashvi
Shabbat v'nafash, Shabbat v'nafash, Shabbat v'nafash. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, laso et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. We continue on page 46, and I ask those who are comfortably able to do so to please rise, and Lily will lead us. Hold, wait for Kinder.
Adonai tzevatai tiftach ufi yagid tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise.
Page 48.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei avotinu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'konei Hakol, V'zocher Chastei Avot v'imahot, U'mevii Geula livnei v'neihem, Leman Shemo Yahava. Melech Ozer u'Moshiach u'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, V'ezrat Sarah. Atah Gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechayeh hakol atah, Rav le'Hoshia, Mashiv haruach, U'moriv haGashem. Mechalkel chaim befesed, Mechayeh hakol berachamim rabim, Tomech noflim ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לישני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומתום אליו, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיה הכל.
Page 52. You are holy, your name is holy, and those who are holy praise you every day. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh. We take a few moments for silent prayer for the text of our own heart, or the words of the Siddur through 62-63. When you're through, you may be seated.
Shabbat Shalom to everybody out there. Speaking of Shabbat Shalom, the word shalom in Hebrew means, as probably many of you know, means several things. As I am going to be channeling it, it's meaning the word peace. And of course, this dovetails very nicely with what the rabbi was saying about the Hashkivenu prayer of the Tabernacle of Peace. So some time ago, I put together a little arrangement, so to speak, of 3 pieces which incorporate the word shalom. They are, I call it my shalom medley. It is... Don't be modest, okay. I composed it. But anyway, Shalom Chaverim, Havenu Shalom Aleichem, and simply Shalom Aleichem. Just all these pieces use the word shalom in different melodic settings. So this is my Shalom medley.
Thank you, Dr. Polvoy. So this Shabbat we begin again. I can't help but think about what this yearly undertaking means for us as human beings, as Jews. We begin again with Bereshit. The Torah is, after all, not just a Jewish book, but also a document that can teach some of the deepest and most abiding lessons about humanity. Whatever we say about the origins and authorship of the Torah, it speaks to all of us, not just to the Jewish people. So it's no accident that the Torah begins with the story of creation and not the origin of the Jewish people. Before we are Jews, we must be human. To understand Judaism, we also must understand our place in the universe. The Talmud tells us, hafochba v'hafochba dekuleba. Go over it and over it again because everything you need to know is in it. For our ancestors, the Torah was an unending fountain of knowledge and of wisdom. Be that as it may, those of you who have been around a while know that I often like to read the Torah for its questions as much as I like to read the Torah for its answers. The Torah challenges us to ask fundamental questions about the meaning of life and our place in the world. Answers may change with the generations, but the most basic questions of life are here in the Torah. So rather than being a book of ultimate truths, I like to think of the Torah as a book of ultimate questions. And I believe that if we ask the right questions, then we will be on the right path to finding answers by which to live each day. Nowhere is this as clear as it is in this week's parashah, this week's portion, Bereshit. Probably no section of the Torah has been the subject of more discussion and comment than the opening chapters of Genesis. These chapters give us a powerful portrait of the universe and of human nature. They present us with a vision of the world emerging from chaos, a sense of the inherent goodness and orderliness of God's creation, and the insight that human beings are more than dust. They are created in the divine image. But in those same few chapters, we also find the darker side of humanity: rebellion, violence, sin. Human beings, we are told, are both dust and divinity. For generations, scientists and theologians have argued about whether the story of creation in chapters 1 and 2 are true. But the real essence of these chapters and the ones that follow is not in what they say about how creation took place, but in what they challenge us to ask about ourselves. The opening chapters of Genesis, there are two important questions that are more important than anything the Torah has to say about the origins of humankind or where the world comes from. One of them we talked about just a few weeks ago, before the High Holy Days, and it's the first question that shows up in the Torah, Ayeka, where are you? And the second question is, where is your brother? At first glance, these questions seem unnecessary and even superfluous, but they are fundamental to our humanity. I would suggest that with these two questions, if we have to wrestle with them if we're to grow in spirit. These are questions we ask ourselves each and every day. So the first question, Ayeka, where are you? In the story of the Garden of Eden, having consumed the first fruit of the tree of knowledge, the fruit of the tree of knowledge, Adam and Eve hide from God out of fear of embarrassment. As God breezes through the garden, he calls out, where are you? God asks. What follows is an admission that they have disobeyed the one and only rule that God had given them to live by. What a strange question this is. Ayeka, where are you? More than a few commentators have pointed out that it seems unnecessary for God to ask the first human being where they are. After all, God is God. Surely God knows where Adam and Eve are hiding. Yet the Hasidic master and founder of Chabad Hasidism, Rabbi Shneur Zalman of Ladai, points out that this is not a question of geography, as much as it's an existential question about human nature. When God asks, where are you? God is really asking, what have you done with your life? What has happened since I put you here? And where are you in relationship to me? There's no question more fundamental than this. Each day we arise and each night we go to sleep and we ask ourselves, where am I? What have I done with my life? Have I chosen to live in relationship? How have I chosen to live in relationship with others, with family, with community, with God? Or am I hiding? Tefillah, the Hebrew word for prayer, comes from the verb lehitpalel, which has within it a connection to this idea of judging oneself. When we pray, we're really asking ourselves the question, where am I? Better yet, imagine going through the day and believing that God or your inner voice or whatever you want to do theologically, is constantly asking you throughout the day, where are you? Where are you? Where are you? And the answer isn't ani po, I'm here, but the answer is, right, the reflective question of where am I, right? Where am I in this moment? And where do I need to be? And if we constantly ask that question, might we act differently? Might we respond differently? We think of the High Holy Days as the season of reflection, and yet The Torah begins with this most basic question of self-reflection: where are you? Then, of course, it's not the only question that is in the opening chapters of Genesis. The other question is, Hevel achicha, where is Abel your brother? Having just killed Abel in a fit of anger and jealousy, Cain is confronted by God. Where is your brother? Once again, the question seems a little silly. Doesn't God know what has just happened? Of course God knows. But the question is more than just a question of location. Where is your brother means, what have you done to your closest and most precious relationship? In true Jewish fashion, Cain answers God with a question. I don't know. Am I my brother's keeper? And the answer, of course, is yes. A resounding yes. You are your brother's keeper. We are responsible for one another. We must learn to live in relation to each other. This truth is as foundational, as basic as the existence of the universe. The Torah assumes that Cain and Abel understand this. The question then goes to the very heart and soul of our place in the universe. God asks us, where is your brother, your sister? Well, children are often, aggravated when they start to learn Bible stories with the fact that the Bible is biologically and reproductively incorrect, right? If Adam and Eve have 2 sons, then where does the next generation come from, right? So the point of the story is not to tell us where we come from, but who we are, that we are each our brother or our sister's keeper. The question, like the first one, is sort of existential in nature, and it applies as much as it did to the first person to hear it. Where is your brother, your sister? Challenges us to consider our relationship to society and to the world in which we live. It teaches us that we can't truly be human without caring about our neighbor. So the Torah begins with 2 questions, one which challenges us to consider our relationship to ourselves, to the universe, to God, and the other which asks us to look into our conscience and consider our relationships with the people around us. When the Torah places these questions in the mouth of God, it's not simply recording the past, but challenging the present. Again and again, we relive the story of Adam and Eve in the garden and the story of Cain striking his brother. These stories are not true because they happened once upon a time and long ago, but because they are happening each and every day of our lives. They are true not because they happened in one place, but because they take place in every place. The rest of the Torah can be said to be an answer to these 2 questions. Where are you, and where is your brother or your sister? One question asks us to look into ourselves, to look into our place in the universe, and the other to look kind of down and horizontally to the people around us, and to our fellow human beings. So as we begin the reading of Torah, I hope we will do so not because this book contains ancient history, because it's really about you and about me. And we can't condemn Cain without condemning ourselves, and we can't laugh at Adam and Eve for naively hiding from their responsibilities without laughing at our own foolish attempts to hide behind excuses and self-delusion. As we read Torah, I hope we will ask ourselves these 2 simple but hard questions for the very heart of our Jewish way of life. If we can ask ourselves these questions, then we begin the journey which we can take us, then we begin the journey which can take us through the rest of the year and perhaps a little bit closer to the lives we all want to be living. Shabbat Shalom. We're going to turn now to page 253 as our thoughts turn to those in our community, in our lives, in our world, in need of healing, of body, of mind, or of spirit. Okay.
Avotenu
Avraham, Yitzchak, veYaakov.
Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, Leah, Hu Yevarech, et Hacholim.
Elna Rifanala.
Elna Rifana, Elna Rifana la, Elna Rifana, Elna Rifana.
We ask for blessings upon Hannah Fields Austin, Sue Topak, Rosalind Lefkowitz, Helen Weinfeld, Pam Poliakov, Kathy Blumenfeld, Caitlin Antrim, Brad Holland, Serena Postal, Robert Stroper, Lori Snyder, Cherry DeRazade, Joel Beasy, Gloria Foster, Robert Gerard, Adele Harris, Brenda Found Gerard, Jan Marcus, Al Shapiro, Robert Waldman, Judith Ratz DeLange, Deborah DeLange, James Stead, Stephen Gilbert, Bill Hughes, Ed Means, Stan Stein, Virginia Guzman, Suzette Guzman, Marilyn Rudin, Sandy Gunn, Rabbi Jules King, Faye Bernstein, Abby Binstock Moore, Sandra Dizengoff, Sherry Mosley, Jeff Blackie, Mike Friel, John Ramirez, John Foster, Ronald Sokloff, Larry Meir, Susan Goldstein, Karen Nelson, Mickey Pollock, Larry Gassner, Marsha Lloyd, Terry Lloyd, and
Howard Bush, Maryland DeMarco, Archibald Billig. Elna Rifana, Elna Rifana la, Elna Rifana, Elna Rifana lo.
we turn to page 261 as we offer a blessing for a new month. And it's interesting, in the month of Cheshvan is sometimes, its longer name is Mar Cheshvan, and the commentators say it's a bitter month because there are no Jewish holidays. Although after the fall that we have, I think it's kind of a nice month. It's a little pause for us in Jewish holidays, as we've been doing a lot of Jewish holidaying recently. So we offer words for the new month. We'll start. We can read together in the English, and then Cantor Paul can offer the Hebrew. Our God and God of our ancestors, may the new month bring us goodness and blessing. May we have long life, peace, prosperity, a life exalted by love of Torah and reverence for the divine, a life in which the longings of our hearts are fulfilled for good.
Yehi l'ratzon milfanecha, Yehi ratzon milfanecha, Adonai Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu Imotenu, Shetechadesh Aleinu, et HaChodesh haba, L'tova, V'livracha. V'titen lanu chaim arukim,
חיים של שלום, חיים של פרנסה, חיים שתהבנו אהבת תורה ויראת שמיים, חיים שימלאו משאלות ליבנו לטובה. אמן. ראש חודש חשוון יהיה ביום השבת קודש.
The new month of Cheshvan begins next Shabbat, and Rosh Chodesh is both Yom Shishi and Shabbat in this coming week. So we greet a new month. And just a few announcements I'll share with you. First, Mazel Tov to Lily. We celebrate Lily becoming Bat Mitzvah tomorrow, and we look forward to celebrating with you and your family. We have upcoming events. Please take a look at your Kehila for upcoming events and your Tekiah, your weekly news email. If you are out in the congregation or out online and you don't receive our weekly e-blast and would like to, please send a message to the office and we will make sure that you receive it. And Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
And I just want to give everybody a heads up, a couple of rather important events that are coming up. This Sunday afternoon, we have one of our congregants, Dr. Karen Salter-Moss, who will be leading a program sponsored by Women of TBI on aging gracefully. And then on November 7th, big event here at Temple Beth Israel is TBI's annual book festival event. Saturday night, November 7th. The name of the author slips my mind at the moment. What?
November 9th.
November 9th, I'm sorry, November 9th. November 9th. Anyway, it's the book festival that our Federation sponsors begins this week, and there's incredible events. There's brochures out on the table to take advantage of not only what we're doing here at TBI, but at all the other locations.
All throughout the San Gabriel and Pomona Valleys.
That's right.
So yeah, there's lots of information in the lobby, and for those of you online, if you go to the Jewish Federation website, you can see all of that. And also on November 9th, there's something else happening, but I don't know. There's another bat mitzvah. Yes. Lena. So that's happening earlier in the day. All right, so we're going to move toward the conclusion of our service. We turn to page 282, the middle of the page for Aleinu L'Shabeach. I invite those who can comfortably do so to please rise.
Aleinu L'Shabeach L'Adon HaKol, L'Atein Gedula L'Yotzer Reishit, Shelo Asanu Kegoyei Haratzo, Velo Samanu Kemishbechot Adama, Shelo Sam Chelkenu Kahem, Vegor Aleinu Kechol Hamonam, Anachnu Korim, Umishtachavim Umodim, Lifnei Melech, Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Page 287.
V'ne'emar ha'ya Adonai, Melech al kol ha'aretz, Vayom hahu, yeh Adonai echad, U'shemo
Be seated. Page 294. We take a moment to turn our thoughts toward those who have been important in our lives and have left this earth, those who have died in recent days or at this time in years past. We hold them in our hearts and in our minds. As we, those who were with us here, of course, on Simchat Torah, talked about that Simchat Torah was the Hebrew Yortzeit of October 7th and the murders that took place on that day. And so this is the first Shabbat since that time. So we hold all of those folks with us in our community and with our heart and in our hearts. Remember the Yortzeit of Eros Maria Bochat Granja, mother of William Granja, of Samantha Rubenstein, friend of Jody Kuhlman, of Laura Block, sister-in-law of Don Block, and of Eddie DeSatnik, father of Brian DeSatnik. Remember the Yortzeits, the anniversaries of the deaths of Henrietta Adelson, Lori Brandstetter, David Kaloff, Kasuma Chapman, Manly Chester, Elias Cohen, Hans Cosson, Gary Aaron Davidson, Samuel R. Eisenberg, Betty H. Fink, Elaine Floyd Fisher, Adele Frank, Warren Friedlander, Nellie Glick, Rose Goldman, Ellen Goldstein, Kate Grossman, Minna Herman, Edwin Kimmel, Elliot Latz, Ron Meyer, Marvin J. Pion, Abraham Siegel, Gabrielle Silton, Max Sucherdollar, Carol Title, Rose Teitelbaum, and Isidore Weinschenk. If you're remembering somebody on the Shabbat, would like to add their name to those that I've mentioned or restate a name I've mentioned, please feel free to do so as I come by your row.
Phil Lesh.
If you're in a time of mourning or observing a Yortzeit on the Shabbat, I invite you to rise. And I invite the rest of the congregation, if it's your custom, to rise and embrace in support of those who mourn. Kaddish is on page 294. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei rabbah, v'yalmad yivrach hiruteh v'yamlich malchuteh, v'chayechon v'yomechon, uv'chayeh d'chol beit Yisrael, ba'agalau v'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mevorach le'olam olamel. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei dukudisha brichu le'elam in kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechamata da'amiram bi'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shmaya v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav hu ya'aseh shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru. Amen. Zichronam livracha. May their memories be for blessing. We'll conclude with Biyado, which you'll find in the last stanza on page 321.
Biyado av Kiruhi, Beishan
ve'ahira ve'imruchi geviati
Adonai li velo ira,
ve'imruchi geviati
Adonai li velo ira.
My soul I give to you,
My soul I give to you,
my spirit in your care.
my spirit in your care.
Draw me near, I shall not fear.
Draw me near, I shall not
Hold
fear.
me in your hand.
Hold me in your hand.
Draw me near, I shall not fear.
Draw me near, I shall not fear. Safely in
Your hand. Biyado afkid ruchi.
Beyado
Afkid ruchi. Eishan ve'ayira. Ve'im ruchi geviati. Adonai leave lo ira.
Adonai leave Elohira.
Ve'im ruchi geviati.
Adonai leave Elohira.
Shabbat Shalom. For those joining us online, thank you for being with us. For those in the sanctuary, please join us in the social hall for Kiddush, Motzi, refreshments. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.